Wow. I can't believe it. We've just thrashed Germany 12-0. Harry Kane with 6 goals, Jude Bellingham with 3. And then Pickford got a hat-trick. I can't believe it. Absolutely incredible stuff. I'm recording this before the game kicks off, so I'm just assuming that we've won 12-0 against Germany. But of course, by the time this goes live, the England game will have finished. And of course, you can check the scores on the One Football app, the sponsors of today's video. Download the app from the top line of the description for absolutely free. And you can see if England beat Germany or not. Probably 12-0. That's my prediction. I think we're going to win 12-0, definitely. But you can download the app for free. It really helps me and the channel out. And it's the best place to see all the up-to-date scores and fixtures from the European Championships this summer. Hello and welcome back to On The Rocks. Today is a huge episode as we take on Real Madrid in the Champions League group stage, as well as Rangers in the Scottish Premiership. Rangers and us, we both have 100% winning records so far, so it's going to end for one of the two teams today. Either way, welcome back. Hope you're all doing well. Make sure you do drop a like on the video for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. Since you guys were last here for the 2-0 win against Celtic, technically the 1-0 win against Kilmarnock that wasn't on camera, and the very disappointing 0-0 with Young Boys, we've played 5 games and won 5 games, interestingly. Now, take away the Inverness game here. We won this one 4-0. It seems like another anomaly, like that 5-1 win against Hamilton. We are struggling to score goals at the moment, playing our usual 4-2-4 formation. As you can see, against Motherwell, we left it pretty late in the 89th minute to get the winner. We then switched things up for the AC Milan game at home. We played the 4-4-1-1, the defensive kind of counter-attacking style of play. And Milan, who won the Champions League 2 seasons ago, we beat them 3-2 in a game which we actually dominated. 17 shots to 13. This was more like it. We really struggled against Young Boys, but this was just like the knockout stages of last season. We battered Barcelona and should have beaten Man City. But that was incredible to get 3 points in that game. Really pleased with that one. And then for the next 2 league games against Hibs and St Mirren, I switched things up to a 4-2-3-1, actually. It was a tactic I was sent by one of the Patreon users, Thad. He said, I've got this tactic that you might want to use. So I tried it out, and well, it's worked well so far, although we have actually conceded goals with it, which we weren't doing with the 4-2-4, but we are now scoring goals. So it's a bit of a weird one. We won 2-1 against Hibs, Jan Cavalcanti and Kai Enrique with the goals in that one. But Shaban scored his first hat-trick for the club in a 6-1 win over St Mirren. So as I mentioned, we are top of the Scottish Premiership right now, joint with Rangers, both teams winning all 9 games so far. So the game against Rangers will be big. Celtic, on the other hand, are having a bit of an abysmal season so far in comparison. 6 wins, 1 draw and 2 losses, but they are still very clear of Hearts and St Johnstone in 4th and 5th. Our Champions League group, though, is looking spectacular as we sit top of it right now following that win against Milan. Real Madrid beat Young Boys as well, so it's all finally in the balance there. And given that it worked so well against AC Milan, we're going to play it again against Real Madrid, the 4-4-1-1. Bazunu starts in goal with Pavlik, Admilson, Kai Enrique and Torres in that back line. La Cruz, Ferguson, Tamalumpa and Robert Didau starting as well. Knight just in front of them, and Shaban leads the line. So as kickoff is upon us here today, I'm on the Lemsip because I've got past the sore throat stage, I think, now of the COVID side effects and the COVID jab that I had for the vaccination. I've got past those side effects. Come on, you love to see it. La Cruz scoring a fantastic goal there 5 minutes into this game to put us 1-0 up against Real Madrid. As I was saying, I'm past the sore throat phase now. I'm now just on the phase where you can probably hear my voice. I'm very bunged up. I've just got a snotty nose, basically. Anyway, I'll let you think about that lovely image. We can also talk about these Scottish teams later on in European football. We're nearly at the halfway stage of the group stages, so I think that's a good time to talk about how other teams are getting on: Celtic, Rangers and Hibs. In the meantime, a highlight for Real Madrid as they equalise through Edwin Bosman. Not ideal for us there, but there is a highlight straight from kickoff. Please do not lose possession as Robert Didau on the ball into Ben Knight, who finds La Cruz. La Cruz, square it. Shaban scores immediately afterwards to put us 2-1 up again. I say again, we weren't 2-1 before, were we? But we're back in the lead, that's what I mean. We're in front again. In the meantime, Real Madrid back on the ball on the attack. Valverde looking to come forward for them. Get to that wide to Mendes, who puts the ball across the 6. He shoots instead, and it's been just about kept out for now. Hit the post in the end, and La Cruz manages to get it away to Shaban, who can't really do anything with it. PSG already 5-0 up against Fenerbahce. They are really trying to make up for their mistakes of losing the Europa League final to Celtic last season, who currently are 0-0 with Porto at half-time. That's a very big game, actually. We need Celtic to beat Porto for the coefficient points, or for at least to get better results and get further in Europe than Porto for the coefficient points. So that's what we're hoping for, as, that was nearly a superb goal by Shaban. If that went in the back of a net, that would have been absolutely incredible. I mean, it was so good, the dog is now barking about it, apparently. Don't know what the dog's barking about, but probably that attempt. But with a good 15 minutes to go, we are still 2-1 up against Real Madrid. They've maybe had the better chances, but I'm very reluctant to make changes on the ground that if I make change, I think it's all going to start going wrong. Or maybe it's going to go wrong if I don't make... Whatever happens, I'm always going to lose, aren't I? As luckily, I'm going to win this time because Real Madrid missed that shot. And hopefully now, we're just going to see the clock tick down for the final few minutes, and we're going to come away with a superb victory against Real Madrid. Why could we not do this against Young Boys? Like, why are they the most difficult team we've played against so far in the Champions League? Either way, very happy with that one. We stay top of the group as well, and we're now 4 points clear of Real Madrid. In the meantime, as you can see, Celtic are currently second in their group. Borussia Dortmund have won every single game so far, but Celtic beat PAOK, lost to Dortmund, and just drew 1-1 with Porto. So they stay second right now, which is really good for us. Also very good for us is Ajax, currently bottom of their group. If Ajax go out and finish 4th, that's no more European football for them and no more coefficient points. In the Europa League, well, Rangers, I think they must have just lost the game or something like that, because they're now 3rd in their group. They were 2nd, but they must have lost to either Roma or Cologne, as they need to do something, but at least they're beating Portimonense, who are our Portuguese team, and that's more important. Unfortunately, though, RZ are currently 2nd in their group. We need them to start slipping up, and I feel like there's more teams we need to look out for here. PSV are also 2nd there for the Dutch. That's not so good for us. But in the Conference League, well, Hibs, they need to get their act together and start beating Shakhtar and Frankfurt. As you can see, we need them to start playing well, and I think actually it's more in the bottom groups. It's Feyenoord and 2nd. That's not so good for us. And then, of course, Vitoria in 2nd in their group. That's not so good for us either. So Hibs and Rangers need to start pulling their fingers out in European football to get into the knockout stages to actually then start, getting more coefficient points. Although if Rangers go into the Europa Conference League, if they come 3rd in their group, they surely have to win that. And speaking of Rangers, they are coming up next. I don't think we're going to change the lineup or the formation or anything like that, actually. I think we're going to keep it as it was for Real Madrid. If it's good enough for Real Madrid, it's good enough for Rangers, I reckon. And given that Rangers are currently top of the table, what is the difference between us at the moment? We've conceded 3 to their 5, but they've scored more, so we need to stop them scoring and we need to break down their defence. And given that we got 2 past Real Madrid, I think this is probably the best formation we could possibly use. I might take La Cruz off for Diaz for this one, just to get a little bit more... Well, he's actually not very good there, is he? No. La Cruz back on the pitch then. Actually, is Jez Finley any good there? No, he's not really. La Cruz has to play. Get La Cruz on the left-hand side. He's a little bit tired, but he's got to play. Not changing anything else. Let's go. Right, as kickoff is upon us here today, we need to win. We need to keep our 100% win record going, and we want to make sure we get Rangers behind us and start leaving them in the dust. Although so far, 20 minutes in, a very boring affair. 1 shot apiece as the free kick is in the back of... You hate to see it. How has that gone in the back of a net? Bazuni's got all the time in the world to get across to where he needs to be, and he's somehow not done it. It's... And look how wide it is as well. It's such a wide free kick. Like, he's got no audacity to be... I'm using the wrong word, I feel. Like... The audacity to try and shoot from there in the first place is mental, and yet he's somehow put it in the back. I'm very cross. That should not have gone in the back of a net. It shouldn't have even been a shot on target, and yet there we go, 2-0. What's gone wrong here then? We've just beat Real Madrid. It's disallowed though, that's good. I can't believe this. We've gone from beating Real Madrid 2-1 to losing 1-0 to Rangers, who currently are sitting third in their Europa League group against two teams that are not Real Madrid. I can't remember they've got now, but it's not Real Madrid. So I'm not very happy as Ben Knight loses possession, although Robert Nadal picked it up, and Robert Nadal scores his third of the season. He's actually done very well so far this season, Robert Nadal. I think that's 3 goals and 3 assists for him now in probably like 5, 6, 7 games, something like that. He's playing very well, but big errors here from Rangers defence. They all just leave it, and Robert Nadal takes it and scores. Okay, so back on level terms, which is quite nice. And hopefully now we're going to have a very boring game until the 90th minute, and we score a goal to make it 2-1. And then take home the 3 points. To be fair, my prediction is actually looking quite nice right now. As you say that. We've come to the 56th minute and there's now a highlight. Hopefully, though, it's not going to result in a goal for Rangers. That's as long as there's no goal for Rangers, I'm fine with the highlights coming. But you can never guarantee it as Bazunu makes a good save. Again, though, we're not really seeing too much from our attacking players. And I just don't really... I don't know, I think it's just taken a little bit of time for them all to click this season. They are very good players that we've got in particularly with Shaban and with Cavalcanti, but it's just taken a little bit of time for them to connect and actually play well, which is really frustrating as we've conceded a... How's that gone in? How? I just don't get it. How have we gone from beating Real Madrid, and now we can't really do much against Rangers with the exact same lineup? It's a little frustrating, I must say. But we are going to take some tired faces off the pitch. Shaban's going to come off for Cavalcanti. Diaz will come on for La Cruz. And also on a 6.2 is Pavlik today, who is just a bit of a hit and miss player. He either plays really well and gets Young Player of the Month, or plays terribly and gets a 6.2 against Rangers, which is not great. We're going to shout, demands more. We're going to shout and go a bit more attacking. But it might just be not enough for us, unfortunately, as it's Rangers who maintain their 100% win ratio so far. We finally lose a game and we drop 3 points behind them. So that, I must say, is not ideal. I'll be honest with you, not ideal at all, as loads of scout reports have come through. I'll check on those in a minute. The league table then, we dropped 3 points behind, but we're still 5 points clear of Celtic, which is a very nice position to be a third of the way through the season. Next episode then, I think we come back for the Inverness game and the Milan game. I think we do those two next time out. Gives us a nice bit of time to play some more games in between episodes. And we come back for the conclusion of the group. Although we are playing Madrid and Milan away from home this coming time, and that might make it a little more difficult for us. So thank you ever so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. And of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will see you next time. Have a good one. Goodbye.